Hey, are you looking to maybe up your Instagram game or just learn how to take better photos? Well, stick around and I'm going to teach you everything that I know. What's happening, everyone? My name is Jake. I make lifestyle videos and vlogs. And if you are clicking on this video and you already support me, thank you so much for clicking on yet another video. If you're new here, my name is Jake, like I said. And if you are looking to maybe up your Instagram game or take better pictures, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and give it a big thumbs up if you find any value in it. I'm still kind of new to the YouTube scene and I'm trying to figure out the videos that you guys like to see and the content that I like to make. So any input and feedback I would love to hear in the comments below. So today's video, I really want to talk about the cameras that I use and how I edit my photos. I get a lot of messages on Instagram about the settings that I use or what camera I use. And this is kind of the main point of the video. Before we jump into the video, I do want to open something up with you guys. It's right here. I got this in my P.O. box. If you want to know my P.O. box, I'll just put it right here on the screen and I'll also put it in the description below as well. But I got this from Tom at Sandbox Videos. I'll put a link to their YouTube channel in the description card above. But I really wanted to open this up with you guys. I don't need to cut myself. 2020 has kind of sucked so far. Hopefully this small rig can play a small part in making it a little better. Glad I'm in a position to do something nice for someone. Sorry, I only had the one Allen wrench. Okay, here's a clamp. This is a rig for my camera. And I will have to put it together and I'll show you guys, but these are all the parts so that it can mount different things like lights or microphones or any adaptive things. So thank you so much for sending me this. I'm really excited to use it, and maybe I'll put a little picture on Instagram thanking you guys. So once again, thank you so much. Okay, jumping into the video. So there are four main things that I want to break this video down into. It's your use of camera, your use of the lens, lighting, and then post-production or editing. So the first thing is camera. So the camera that I use is a Canon M50. It's a mirrorless camera. I get a lot of questions on like, what camera do you use? And honestly, it's not about the camera, it's more how you use it. And I know that is like every YouTube video or every person that knows a little bit about photography or videography's advice, but it really is true. Most of my pictures on Instagram are taken with my iPhone. I don't have the best iPhone. I have a, where is it? A 10R XR. So it has portrait mode, but it's not even at the level of some of the newest iPhones. I started with a Canon DSLR Rebel T6. I'm actually gonna sell this camera, so if you are interested in purchasing a camera, hit me up. I will give you information on this. But once again, it's really more about how you use it. So I recommend you looking up free YouTube videos of how to use a camera, what the settings are, and go from there. And you can even use that on your iPhone. Next is a lens. So if you do use a camera and not your iPhone, you have the ability on the Canon M50 to change out the lens. On this camera, I'm using a 22mm. That is the focal length. And if you are trying to achieve kind of the aesthetic of having a blurry background like portrait mode on iPhone, that is all controlled with the Aperture. So I recommend getting a lens or a camera that has the ability to go to a high aperture. Aperture is all about light. I'm not going to get into all of the crazy details about what Aperture is, but I'm going to. It is so hot in here. I'm sweating. I'm also in a sweatshirt. Why did I do this? Anyway, this lens particularly has an aperture of 2.0. I also have a Canon 50mm that goes down to 1.4. I'll put an example of how soft or crispy that background can get right here in a photo right here. As you can see, all of the background is super blurred out. So that means that the aperture is at its, it's letting the most light in, which makes that background super blurry. If you have a higher number, you're going to have a less blurred background. That's the easiest way I can explain it. Next, I'm going to tell you, you need good lighting. Lighting can change a photo. Lighting can give you abs if you're shirtless, trust me. It can completely change and distort and transform a photo. Once again, I'm not an expert, so if you're really looking into different lighting, I would search other lighting YouTube videos, but your lens and your lighting are really the two main products that you need for a good photo. Lastly, once you get a photo that it doesn't even have to be super great, it can be just average. I suggest getting some free applications like a color story or VSCO. I use Lightroom to edit all of my photos because I have the Adobe Creative Cloud, and that's what I edit my videos on as well. But you can achieve so many great things with a common aesthetic and a common through line using apps like a color story. I will put a link to those apps in the description below. And if you have any questions on how to use those, shoot me a comment and I will try to help you out on those. So I'm going to put a picture right here of what I took today. I needed to take this for a project that I'm working on. It needed to be just a portrait of me. So I actually used just my arm and hung my arm out and held the camera there. So it was really a selfie. And then I put it into Lightroom and I adjusted the color, the lightness, the darkness, the shadows, the black point. But you can also just put it into Instagram and you can filter it. I really suggest using apps like a color story or VSCO because you can put them on a grid and you can see how your pictures are gonna look before you post them. But it's really all up to you. My biggest piece of advice though is it really doesn't matter what camera you use or what lens you're using. If you enjoy taking photos, just take them and you're gonna learn so much about what you like to produce and what makes you happy. And that also goes along with posting. We live in a society that we only value things based off a number of likes, and trust me, I get so caught up in that too. But I've really tried to implement, if this photo makes me happy, if I enjoyed taking it, then I'm gonna post it. I don't care what people have to say because ultimately I'm not getting paid for it. Now, if I'm getting paid for it, I need to make sure that whoever is paying me for that photo is going to be happy with it. So I have to adhere to those guidelines. But if it's just my own personal page, I strongly suggest really implementing taking photos that you want to take. Quit asking people if it's a good photo. If you find the happiness in the photo, then you should post it. Anyway, I hope you found this video informative and you liked it. If you did, please leave me a comment below, hit that thumbs up button. Also follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And I will see you guys in the next video. I really cannot thank you guys enough so much for supporting me so far. I'm almost at 400 subscribers and that's crazy. It's only been, half a year and I'm so grateful for that. Thank you again, Tom and Sandbox Videos. I really appreciate the rig and I can't wait to use it. As always, make sure to thank our essential workers working so tirelessly for us right now. Make sure you are registered to vote. And always remember, there is nothing to prove, only something to share. I will see you guys in the next one.